Have y'all ever had a rash, a cold, or a tummy ache, maybe diarrhea or constipation, and y'all did not know where it came from? I'm Nayeli Pinson, and I'm here to inform you about several symptoms that could be related to stress, but you thought it was something else. Different people handle stress differently, so what may affect you may not affect the person next to you. And what you may think is just an upset stomach may not be related to something you ate, but rather something that you're stressing out about. Stress symptoms disguise themselves as medical conditions. This is a fact. They can be categorized into four different categories, which include emotional, physical, cognitive, and behavioral symptoms. So, right now, we're going to talk about emotional symptoms first. Emotional symptoms can make you feel agitated, moody, or frustrated. According to Oxford dictionaries, agitated means nervous. It can also make you jittery. It can also cause you to bite your nails. That's according to stresseffect.com. Moody makes you take your stress out on different people that don't really deserve you to take it out on them, and they can get mad at you, and it just becomes a big old cycle of just one simple stress emotional symptom. Uh, so what do you do, or what physical changes can you notice when you're stressed out? Physical changes can include low energy, headache, diarrhea, constipation, or rash. This is where a lot of the medical conditions come in. So sometimes when you have low energy and you're trying to avoid something, you end up procrastinating and you just end up putting it off longer and longer, but you keep saying it's low energy when it's really something stressing you out. It's not uncommon also to become constipated or have diarrhea right before a really, really stressful situation. In that unexplained rash or cold that you think it's allergies, it may just be you're stressing and your body is reacting to stress this way. Uh, it may be easy for you to be forgetful. It may be hard for you to remember certain stuff when you are stressed out, and this is because of the stressful symptoms or the cognitive symptoms that are stress related. So when you're stressed out, you're constantly worrying about one thing, or you're constantly worrying about everything, which makes it really, really easy to remember just even the simplest of facts. And so whenever you're stressed out, also you have racing thoughts. You're going through different scenarios and different outcomes to one scenario, and it makes you just think about the same situation over and over again. So that can lead you to be forgetful, and it can also lead you to just be unorganized. So the last category that we're going to talk about is behavior, and also we're going to talk about some consequences. So according to livingwithanxiety.com, stress can go untreated or undetected. So whenever you're stressed out, you can also notice a change in your appetite, which can lead to different medical conditions. For example, if you gain too much weight or if you lose too much weight because of your eating habits, it can lead to high blood pressure, it can lead to diabetes, or just low weight. Stress can also lead you to procrastinate, which is whenever you avoid doing a specific task until the very last minute. When you do that, you not only do you stress yourself out at the last minute, but you also don't do your absolute best when it comes to specific assignments, whether it be work related or stress or school related. Also, stress can make you do increased use of alcohol or drug abuse, and this can not only have an effect on your social life, but it can have very major health problems and consequences. So let's summarize. Stress affects people differently. It can affect you emotionally. It can also affect your behaviors. It can affect your body, it can affect your mind, and it can affect your life overall. It can have short-term effects that can be overcome after you fulfill a specific task, or it can have long-term effects. If you do prolonged use of drug, alcohol, it could lead to death. It may not affect you the same way that it affects the next person next to you, but you can still be stressed out over the littlest of things or the biggest of things. So you can be thinking that you have like just a regular code when it's really just stress. So it's very important for you to know how to handle your stress, what makes you stress out. so that way you can handle stress and you can just unwind properly and you can overcome certain situations correctly. That's it. If y'all have any questions.
Yes, I have a question. How is losing weight can be a sign of too much stress?
Okay. So losing weight can be a sign of stressing out because when you're stressed out, you're either thinking about one specific thing or you're thinking about so many different things that you either forget to eat or you just don't feel like eating because you don't feel good. So when you're stressed out, let's say you forget to eat, you don't eat, you lose weight. You lose weight, it can cause problems to your health.
Do you know of any ways to handle stress?
Well, we've pretty much established that everybody handles stress differently. So therefore, it just depends on how you handle stress. If something specific stresses you out, maybe you need to make a list of specific procedures to make you fulfill your assignment. Or you can, other people would just like to watch TV and unwind.
So how can I find out if my cold symptoms are due to stress or a cold?
Okay, so to figure out if your cold symptoms are really truly stress related or an actual cold, I would suggest, I'm not a doctor, but I would suggest kind of trying to not stress out and trying to relax and see if that relieves your symptoms. Otherwise, you might just want to go to the doctor and see if antihistamine helps your cold. Any other questions?
No, that's good.
I want to thank y'all for sitting here today. Thank y'all for being here. And that's it.